Hello, crafty people out in the cyber world. This is Molly broadcasting to you from Mount Kisco, New York, the Stitch Mistress. Happy Easter and Shalom LaPesach for all you lovely people out in the cyber world and any other kind of spring holidays that we are celebrating this season. I wish you all of the best. Okay, so obviously a lot of time at home these days. I am currently, on a sabbatical from my job. So I have had some time to get some creative projects going. Of course, as everybody else, and I don't want to make this, this is about like sewing and whatnot. But obviously we've been very distracted by like the stuff that's going on in the world right now, and as such, it's interesting because I was thinking about it in terms of like creative process. There's this one aspect of this whole experience and being at home where I've been having so many ideas. They've been like bam, 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 bam. But then there's this other thing where it's like, ooh, distraction, and you kind of like can't get down to work. And I thought that that was pretty interesting. I must have something to do with the adrenaline. I don't know, but it's pretty interesting. But I did have a few things that I wanted to share with you. And and that's it. I just wanted to do something that was like also a little bit of a break and a little bit of hopefully that I can give you a little piece of returning to normalcy. Okay, so let's get started. Obviously, the project that every sewist probably in the world is investigating right now is the face mask. Okay, so and disclaimer before I get started on this. Okay, none of these that I will show you are anywhere near medical face masks. Okay, none of the face masks that I will show you will take the place of social distancing people. Okay, these are just really meant to cover your mouth so that you don't have like little water droplets coming out when you speak, when you go to the grocery store or whatever. Okay, so please, this is, the Stitch Mistress has no expertise in that area. I'm a home sewist, and the things that I do are for my own personal pleasure and personal consumption, and do not replace staying 6 feet away from the other person when you're talking to them. Okay, so disclaimer. Okay, or maybe you want to wear it when you're going out for a little exercise. I know for myself, I've been trying to take a lot of walks, really, really helping me to stay sane, basically. Okay, so, but from a home sewist perspective, what I am definitely finding is that a face mask, which one would think was like a fairly straightforward piece of sewing, is surprisingly a lot more difficult than you would expect, And as you know, I am always interested in this issue of fit, the right fit. And I never really thought about how many different angles you have on your face. You have obviously your nose, which drops down pretty dramatically. Straight across masks don't work because they tend to go into your eyes and then you can't see. So there needs to be both a dip like this, and then it also needs to go down like this as well. And then the other thing that I found interesting as a design difficulty was the ears. because if you go straight across like this, okay, you have your nose, which sticks out. You have your eyes, which you end up having like the material fabric in your eyes. That doesn't work. And then your ears are like right over here. You know, you think like, oh, you know, you can put it, the thing right over. I'm going to show this to you. Because there was one face mask that I did. Well, I'll show it to you when I show you. The problem with the ears is that structurally, if you have a tie that's going through the top of your ears, you go right across your eyes. So that was very interesting. Also, another structural issue is there needs to be a little bit of room to breathe. And for myself, I wear glasses a lot of the time, and I find like I'm wearing the face mask and then I'm like fogging out my glasses. I can't see anything. Plus I'm about to like pass out because I can't breathe. So, and then there's the issue of the chin, the proportions of the face. And, you know, I always want to do something that is, you know, I still want to look good. I'm sorry, I want to look good. You know, that's, I mean, the point of fashion, the point of home sewing is like that you should go out in the world, even if you got your face covered by a damn face mask, and you should feel confident that you look good out in the world, you know, because that's what it's all about, you know, loving yourself, okay? And we got a lot of time to love ourselves these days. So, all right. So I started actually by taking the measurements of my face. Okay. So I did this, and let's see. And I found that it was like 5 inches over here, 6 here, 5 about here, 4 underneath here. So that was kind of interesting. So I started out like that. Then I drew a little pattern. Okay. Now this was the pattern that I drew, but I've sort of like been futzing with it in different ways. You can see I like tried to do dart folds, you know, different things. Because, and I still really haven't, you know, it's not there yet. Okay. So the first one I did, which I posted up online, and some of you guys might have seen it, was what I call the seraglio. And this was just, you know, fun, right? This is just fun. This is not a medical mask, okay? Just want you to know. All right. So, okay. So the way that I dealt, but I just wanted something that was a little bit fun and mysterious. Okay. So you see the problem with the nose here, which I tried to deal with by doing these pleats. How did it? Oh, I did a seam down the middle. And I did some pleats, okay? And that's how I tried to deal with the problem of the nose and the eyes, okay? You know, it for an initial attempt, and I started to like tie it up and do this and that. For initial attempt, I mean, you know, it's okay. And you know, I figure like, oh, this can be my my dressing up and going out. Look. As though I'm ever going to dress up and go out again. Okay. So that was like one, you know. So that was fun. And I had some fun because like I did some embroidery. My my sewing machine has some cool little features. So I was like, oh, let me do a little embroidery. I did embroidery here too. I just edged it with ribbon. See, it's got like rough edges on the back, and then I just put ribbon on it. And I had this nice pink ribbon because you guys know what I feel about pink, how important pink is. Okay, So that was that. Okay. So, you know, not really, yeah, but it's not really wearable for day to day, is it? Okay. So, because mostly, form follows function in design, of course, and really the function that I'm looking for is to go to the supermarket. Okay. All right. So number two was a little bit of a 70s kind of look. Okay. And okay, so here's where I want to talk about that whole issue of the ears because I had this fabulous ribbon, you know? It's like this really terrific ribbon, okay, that actually was my house. I bought from a wonderful man, Conrad Farignola, and his wife Umi Farignola. Was at one time an avid sewist, and when I bought this house, Conrad very kindly gifted me her sewing supplies. Which was so kind and wonderful. And this was one of the things that was in Uming Farignola's sewing supplies, just fantastic ribbons and notions and stuff like that. Wow, you know. So I had the ribbon. I did the embroidery again. I did a seam down the front, and I did two side darts, and then, you know, some little top stitching on the edge there. Okay, so from a design perspective, I think that this was like fairly successful. There were some problems with it though. First of all, the ear problem, because really, in order to not cover my eyes, I have to tie this over my ears. And in order for my glasses not to fog up too much, and because it is fitted, it is also a little bit hard to breathe. So it was almost there, but like not quite, because I did wear it to the supermarket, and after a while I started feeling very, very faint. Okay. All right. So that was my second attempt, okay? And I thought denim in the 70s look was like a very like practical, very wearable kind of thing. Okay. So this was my third attempt. Again, I did it in this denim chambray. This is actually a pretty good one. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit lopsided, but you know, whatever. Okay. I did this sort of, it's not tight to the face. Okay. Like I say, this is not a replacement for social distancing, for staying 6 feet away from people, okay? And it's not a medical mask. So it's not tight to the face, because that way you can breathe. And it's got this design feature here where I folded it and sort of pleated it and folded it so that there would be a lot more room to breathe. It's a lot easier to like breathe in this one. And the pleats give it, make it easy to wear around the eyes. This is not interfering with my ability to see. My glasses are only fogging up like slightly when I wear this, and it's really pretty comfortable. I think it's like a good sort of like day-to-day kind of look. It's simple. It's got the chambray. I did a double line of stitching to give it sort of a denim-y kind of look. And I'm pretty happy with this one. You know, I think I'm going to get some wear out of it. Yeah, it's not perfect, you know. These are all like my own little designs, so they're not perfect. Okay. And this is the final one that I did, okay? And the last one I'm going to show you today. And then actually I'm going to call it quits because I don't want this video to be too long, okay? And I did this one. I futzed with this a lot, okay? I just could not get this right. This was sort of trying to be like an alternative to the denim one. Oh, see, this ear problem is bad. Okay, especially with hoop earrings. Okay, so this one, I wanted to do like an alternative to the denim one, a little sort of little florally thing, and again, this is not a replacement for like social distancing. Again, it's open on the bottom, so you know my face. It's like you can breathe, but it still covers the all important like nose and mouth. Again, I did like a similar thing where I did little gathers here, seam down the front, and a fold. Okay. Somehow it just didn't come out quite as neat as and clean as the denim one. I don't know why. Maybe because I made it right after the denim one. And sometimes, I don't know, that happens. Your sojo just goes like that. I had to futz with it a good deal. And it's still like a little bit wonky. But whatever. I like this one too. I split the elastic down the center so I could have one going over the ear and under the ear. It's pretty wearable. You can wear it out pretty comfortably. It covers your nose and mouth. It doesn't like fog up the glasses too much. You know, it sort of came out okay. All right. So that's about it for the face mask. Now, see, already I'm getting like winded. So I have some other projects that I have sort of thought about doing. I have actually too many projects that I thought about doing. I'm not really going to get into it, but I posted up on like Instagram about this this one from my Japanese sewing book that I want to try. Thank you to Sylvia Leinfelder, who is going to help me to translate all of this from Japanese. Boy, it's good to have a friend who is bilingual in English and Japanese. Okay, so that's about it. Okay, so thank you, crafty people out in the cyberworld. I wish you health. I wish you safety. I wish you a very good spring holiday. And all of my love from the Stitch Mistress in Mount Kisco, New York. Bye.